Hello everyone, and you're watching Bitcoin Bubble news channel. This is a very scary image I just found. The price of Bitcoin has dropped below the orange box. We can see from this picture that the selling of Bitcoin might not end anytime soon. Guys, I need to explain what this is all about to you today. I need to go over all the important events that have happened and all the numbers you need to know if you are involved in crypto in any way. So make sure you watch this whole video from the beginning to the end. Hey everyone, it's Moji. I'll be showing you how to make money in the cryptocurrency market every day in a movie. If this is your first time on the channel, please join and turn on the bell right away. On the 4-hour time frame, we can finally see that it looked like this trend was getting weaker over time, and finally we saw a drop below the orange box. It was no longer able to keep the Bitcoin price up here, and we went down. Now look at this, as soon as we lost this, we did have a pretty big move down that took us almost all the way to the orange line. The price hit the orange line by a few $100s right here. It then bounced back, but it's still below the orange box. So what do I mean when I say that this trend is getting weaker as time goes on? You already know this if you've been watching my shows. When we first went down to the orange box, we had a spark and a big jump up to $61,000. We did have a big response to the upside. Then on the second wick, which you can also see here, there was a strong move to the top. After that, we put out one candle right above it. These were just flames, but that one was a candle being put out right at the edge of the orange box. The move and bounce we saw were also not as strong. Then you saw a wick go down, which blocked the lows from before. This was part of a trend line where prices were going down. Besides that, you had another candle that went down and closed below this point. Some people would say that the bulls tried to get you back on track. Then you went down, and when we saw this red candle, it meant that the bulls had had enough. They could no longer hold this up, and you saw a drop here. There were also some big reasons for this. This really did happen, and I'll talk about it below in a moment. Wait for that. Now though, keep in mind that from a technical point of view, we are below the orange box. We are following a trend of making lower lows on the lower time scales. So a little bit of this station too. Though this is just what we see right now for Bitcoin, you can see the trend. On the shorter periods, it doesn't look very strong, but I still feel the same way. I do believe this is one of the last shakeouts, and I will show you the data later that supports this idea. In order to protect myself, I am buying more Bitcoin. If the price drops below these levels, I will add more to my trade. I felt this way ever since we could see that this move was getting weaker. I did say I would add a trade if we got to the orange box. And if we went down even more, which seems likely, this strong level of support could have kept the price from falling. But now that macro factors are also dragging down standard markets and other things, you didn't see this hold true, which is fine. I just believe that any chance you get to buy Bitcoin for less here, should the price go any lower, will be a one-time chance. That's how I'm going to trade it. If you look at the map for the last 2 days, you can see that we are slowly going down. It looks like this level of support is coming up soon, but every time we've been this low, there has been a big bounce. This is worth $53,000 right now. From where we are now, it's about $3,000, so just keep this important level in mind in case we go any lower. Besides that, we are now below this very important trend line. Still, this will be a barrier on the way up. Going forward, the trend of lower highs and lower lows will still be in place. This is where you can see it. You can also see that the lows are getting lower over time. You can see much more clearly that our highs and lows are getting lower when you take that out and look at it on a daily calendar. We are also pretty far away from the moving averages if you look at them. All of these are going to be, it was hard to get up. That's why it was so important to keep this moving average above it. Many of these old patterns like this one stay above this trend line because moving averages stay above them. We were not able to do that. So when that happened, I started to worry about the short term. But I still think Bitcoin will do great in the medium to long run. And you can see that on the futures market if you look at the old markets. Yesterday you saw a big red candle right here, right? This is what happened. What took place? Interestingly, the SP 500 had its worst day of 2024 yesterday if you look at it. Another good thing is that Bitcoin didn't drop nearly as much as it did on August 4th, when the SP 500 also dropped a lot. In other words, this is a good sign that crypto is slowly becoming less affected by changes in stocks. Why did this take place? The market value of Nvidia stock went up by $360 billion, but it also went down by almost 10%. Yesterday, Nvidia had a really bad day. What took place? Well, it turned out that Nvidia did get subpoena from the Department of Justice as the antitrust probe grew. So Nvidia is being looked into, and it looks like someone sold before this report came out because the price of Nvidia started going down a long time before the story did. Surprise, there are experts in the stock market too, not just crypto. You thought that was only the case with crypto. It might also have something to do with lowering the risk of jobs in general. More information on this will be released later today. The US JOLTS job openings will be made public later today, which will also have a big impact on these markets. Getting ahead. The fact that Nvidia is going down so much and we are below the orange box makes today quite interesting. Plus, this very important data is coming out right now and having an effect on the markets as well. First, let me explain why I believe this is the end shakeout. If we look at more than just Bitcoin, we already know that Bitcoin has had the worst month of the year so far in September. But guess what? It has also been the worst month for stocks in the past. Since 2009, the SP 500 has lost 2.3% on average in September. This is why I said in my video yesterday that September could be a great time. If you see Bitcoin going down, it might be a good time to buy because after September, October, November, and December are usually the best months for crypto. If this pattern happens again, you can expect prices to go up in October, November, and December, followed by a good buy, and chance in September. I will definitely take that into account, but I need to show you this pretty scary map first. But before we do that, let's go over some more offers. If you want the best deposit bonuses out there, make sure you use the ones in the description. That means that if you sign up for Bybit, you can get up to $30,000. You get $30,000 from this link, you can get up to $60,000 on OKX. You can get up to $40,000 on Bitkit. As well, don't forget AWO, the decentralized market. If you use any of these, be sure to use AWO. It's a decentralized market that doesn't require KYC. You can also get a free $300 trade and the best trading tools out there by clicking on this link. Lux, if you use my link, you'll also get 20% off. That's why you should make the most of all of these deals. Now I'll show you this scary chart. The stochastic, which you can see below, just crossed the negative line. As you can see, the blue one went over the orange one. What does the stochastic score mean now? Well, it's an oscillator that checks how high or low the RSI is in relation to a range of highs and lows over time. It makes the signal more sensitive and can show when the market is overbought or oversold. That's why this is so important, whether the market is overbought or depressed. In that way, it's like the RSI.